Some of the recent fire incidents in the country include that which torched part of the country home of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Then, of course, the overnight fire at the Plank Village in Ebutemeta. Emergency services were still battling with that when news of the fire at the Alafin's Palace filtered in. And emergency services have just called in to say there's been yet another fire raging in an unconfirmed area of Ogun State. A disturbing trend indeed. And to help put all this into perspective, I'm now being joined in the news at 10 by the Comptroller General of the Federal Fire Service, Mr. James Okebionro. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at 10 tonight. Well, it's tough to know where to start, really, because a lot of these incidents are coming fast and furious. But let me just ask, what do we seem to be doing wrong to have this sort of string of events at this time?
Well, the general view, and as shown by records, is that most fire outbreaks are caused by carelessness. What somebody is supposed to do, he has not done it, or rather, what somebody is not supposed to do, he has done it. And at this time when everything is very dry with very low humidity, every little mistake we commit will lead to a very serious destruction by fire. And I think at this time we really need to check our behavior, both at home and in places of work, and ensure that safety comes first as what we really need to do. In places of work, most people have not taken safety as part of their responsibilities. Even some management organizations do not do much when it comes to issues of safety relating to fire outbreak and other emergencies within the structure. And these have led to most of the disasters we have in the country today. We talk of the fire in the INEC office in Abuja, the one that burnt in Ajegule in Lagos, the current one that we are talking about, the barge explosion in Apapa, as well as the Okoba fire. The bottom line of all these problems, when you check them, they are due to carelessness. Maybe something is supposed to have been done that had not been done, and then at the end of the day, you have an outbreak of fire. Okay, well, and a little spark that could have been contained during other periods might be uncontrollable at this time because everything is very dry, and a little spark will lead to serious outbreak of fire.
Okay, well, let me just stop you there because there could be, other reasons why this is happening. What I was trying to say was trying to stop you there, saying that if you look at the Plank fire, that was the one that happened in the Plank village in Ebutemeta, it started from one room and then spread to about 50 other houses, similar to what happened at Christmas in Lagos Island, starting from one location, and then you have a widespread. Would you say there's anything wrong with the physical planning of buildings in these areas, apart from the fact that people are not doing what they should be doing in their houses or in their homes?
A lot is wrong with this physical planning, especially in that area. When you plan a building, you have to take care of the safety requirements in that building as well as the adjoining structures. When you look at that Okoba area, everything is made of plank, and they are all interconnected, such that when there is fire in one block, it spreads rapidly, especially at this moment, to all other blocks. And with the rapid spread of fire at this time, the level of destruction is unimaginable, and that is exactly what we have seen. And when you get to places like that Okoba Plank area, the way they do their electrical connections are really very long. Most of the buildings will interconnect from one building to the other, and the connection is done loosely, such that every moment there's a little spark at one point or the other. And at this moment when we have serious dryness due to the harmattan, a little spark will have led to that fire. And what is the result is what we have seen exactly now.
All right. Well, obviously, it's a busy time
so
for you.
generally, the planning of the urban planning in that area is really very long. It's not that area alone. It's across the length and breadth of this country. And the Federal Fire Service as well as the state fire services, we have come together to come up with a code, the National Fire Safety Code, that will be able to check all this wrong method of urbanization in our society. Houses will be built without a safety plan. Most estates are also built without plan for safety.
All right,
If you look at the society today, between 1990 and 2012, this country has developed very rapidly in terms of urbanization. But if you look at the available infrastructure for the fire services to respond to emergencies when they occur like this, the development has been very, 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 very slow. And in some cases, I will tell you, the development is close to zero.